today to reach 15,000 for his career and become only the fourth running back in NFL history to do that. The others, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, and, of course, Walter Payton, all in the Hall of Fame. He's trying to do it against a Patriots defense that hasn't allowed a touchdown all year long so far. Drew Brees determined to beat the 6 weeks timeline on his thumb injury and get back even sooner. And Steelers tight end Vance McDonald not expected to play Monday night due to that shoulder injury, Sam.
That's a big bummer for them. Okay, coming up in Detroit, the Lions have already conquered Phillip Rivers and Carson Wentz. Today, it gets tougher as Patrick Mahomes steps inside Ford Field. For more on the challenge this Lions defense is facing in Pat Mahomes, Jeff Darlington is at the stadium with more. Hi, Jeff.
Sam, as we consider this unbelievable start by Patrick Mahomes, consider the fact that he's doing it without his starting left tackle in Eric Fisher, without his number one wide receiver in Tyreek Hill, without his starting running back in Damian Williams, and yet Mahomes still creating such a productive offense. So how is he doing it? Some of his players are saying that essentially it's about his chemistry with these receivers. He was having a conversation with rookie Mecole Hardman recently. Hardman was talking about his route running, and Mahomes said to him, hey, you see this stutter step you're doing here? Stop doing that. Just run fast. I'll find a way to get you the ball. It is this simplification, this confidence that he instills in his wide receivers that is working so well. Today here in Detroit, maybe expect more of the same. That's because Lions cornerback Darius Slay is out of this game. So look for Mahomes to go to that side early and often. Sam?
Wow, it's just been unbelievable to watch this guy as he's back on the road today where he's thrown 38 touchdown passes since the start of last season. That's the most in any 10-game span on the road in NFL history. Today, he heads to Detroit for his first regular season game indoors. The last time he played indoors in college, he threw for 586 yards and 6 touchdowns. Against Baylor. And it wasn't just that one game. In 4 career games indoors in college, Mahomes averaged nearly 500 yards per game and threw 19 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions. Now, to be fair, having watched some of those games, I think some of them were still losses, but that's a whole different issue in the Big 12. Matt, how big of a deal is it for a quarterback? We know about the weather, that's not a factor, but how big of a deal is it for him to be indoors?
As a quarterback, I love playing in a dome. Like, you love it, love it, love it, because you can just hose that ball. And he's already got a hose. He can throw it harder than anybody. And it's the same thing, like field goal kickers love it too. The longest kick this year is a 58-yarder in a dome. The longest throw is 60 yards in the air. You mentioned, Sam, that he has not played in an NFL game in a dome, but he did play in a dome preseason game, and that ball traveled, he completed a pass 69 yards in the air. So those stats that you just showed about him in college, they don't surprise me at all. I expect him to have a great day. A dome is a quarterback's friend.
Yeah, if we thought he looked like a video game player before, I'm thinking after today, it might be a whole nother level. When he met with the media, though, this week, he admitted that he took a different approach to film study this week. Take a listen.
The thing with playing this opponent is, I mean, we've played the Patriots a couple times, and Patricia was there that my rookie season with the Patriots, so you're able to look back at stuff they did against us then, and then all the way to the stuff they do now versus the teams that play similar offenses that we have.
So, Teddy, what's he talking about here?
Okay, he's talking about philosophies in terms of different teams and different coaches and where they travel. I'm going to show you here. Let me take a walk over here to this touchscreen. I'm going to show you exactly what Patrick Mahomes is talking about, because he's talking about the New England Patriots and then what they did to him. So this is what they did to him in the AFC Championship game last year. It's about pass route disruption, okay? Sometimes you got to sacrifice pass rush. There's Hightower down at the bottom, hitting Kelsey, disrupting that timing. They think he's rushing. No, he's not. Then he drops back, and he actually becomes a robber for crossers coming across the field. There's Mahomes. He thinks he's got him there, but you see Hightower right there. It gives your rush a little bit more time to possibly get that turnover, but they don't. Mahomes has a skill to get escape and still make that 10-yard run, but you'll take that 10-yard run over a 40-yard bomb every single time. So now let's go here. The Detroit Lions and Matt Patricia with his Patriot background. Are you sacrificing pass rush for pass route disruption? And I'm going to show you here. There's 1, 2, 3 rushers. Here's the 4th rusher right here. And what he's using that 4th rusher to do is disrupt timing. You heard Darlington talk about the chemistry Mahomes has with his receivers. That's based on timing. That's based on relationship. This throws everything off. Look at Wentz. everyone's not where they're supposed to be. So he has to pull the ball, pull it out, look again. He doesn't like the timing. It's a broken play. The rush still has time to get there, and the very rusher that's disrupting pass routes still gets a piece of that sack. Here we are again at the bottom of the screen. Right here, there it is again. It's simple. It's done. Especially if you have a receiver that's close to the line of scrimmage. They are told in that meeting room, if you're a rusher, I've been there, and there's a receiver right there, sacrifice the rush, stand up, go disrupt. He disrupts there. You remember what Hightower did? Hightower dropped back to be to rob the crossers. Same thing going here. He wanted it. He had to pull it, and now he runs. And now my 3 rushers still have a chance to get him. There's the sack. Sacrificing pass rush for pass route disruption. That is a key element when you're playing Andy Reid coach teams, Doug Peterson coach teams, in that Bill Belichick defensive meeting room. That's the number one thing they talk about.
Yeah, Teddy, that helps to explain, because on paper, if somebody just writes, we're playing man against Patrick Mahomes and the weapons he has, that just sounds stupid. Like, let's be honest, that doesn't make sense. But that, of course, adds another element to it. Do you guys think, Lewis, I'd love to hear your philosophy on playing man against this guy.
Yeah.
And look, it's pick your poison. We know that. But do you think that's the right call?
Absolutely. It's more than just playing man, as Teddy just eloquently stated right here. It's about how you play it. And it's about, look, plenty of teams play man-to-man coverage. Everybody plays man-to-man coverage on 3rd and 5 or less. But if you watch teams in the NFL, and this has always blown my mind ever since leaving Bill, teams get up there on the line of scrimmage. Guys look like they're, getting up there, getting down real crouch, real low like Lester Hayes, and the ball snapped. What do? Open their hips, and it turns into a basketball game. And it's like, well, why did you get up there in the first place then? These guys, Bill will tell you, if you're going to get up there, you better do some work. Because if you don't do some work, you're going to be standing over here next to me as someone else is doing it. And they will sell out to go ahead and disrupt the timing and rhythm. And then they also do a very good job that Teddy didn't put on here because he was talking about coverage. They did a great job of running games, 3-man games inside against Kansas City last year in the AFC Championship game, and they had them all messed up, and Kyle Van Noy was feasting on them. And they did a good job when they rushed with 4 of just getting pushed inside. They beat the tackles. So really, they have the recipe to really give Patrick a hard time today.
You know, if I'm a wide receiver in this game, seeing Darius Slay go down last week where he tried to pick the ball, then grabbed his hamstring, I'm going to work all week. In this game in the dome, no weather, no conditions pertaining to weather. There's one play last week that really stood out to me that I think that the Detroit Lions are going to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And this was this play right here. Being able to just wait him out. Y'all remember that dime he dropped last week in the back corner of that end zone? So I really see the Detroit Lions and Matty Patricia without their number 1 cornerback, Darius Slay, playing some single coverage, being able to blitz him. But their point of emphasis all week is to try to stop Kansas City from going deep. You don't have your number 1 corner throughout 4 quarters of this game. You're going to give Patrick Mahomes and that offensive chance, and they're going to light that scoreboard up. So to me, I think the deep game of the deep ball for Kansas City, Detroit has to stop that in order to win this game today.
With Darius out, you almost wonder if they'll take another page out of the Patriots playbook against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs that worked for New England, and that was just keep him off the field. Just run the ball, control the clock, and don't let Patrick Mahomes get out there, because that helps too, right? At least ideally, keeping that guy out of there. The Chiefs are fired up, though, on the road at Ford Field today, trying to get a big road win against an undefeated Lions team. Yes, we know the tie is in there, too. We'll talk about that more, I'm sure. Still to come, Mitch Trubisky had a bounce-back game on Monday Night Football last week, but Matt shows you why he could be exposed today against the Vikings defense. Plus, Dak Prescott faces off against the Saints today. You know your QB's feeling good when he's talking about his favorite things in the huddle.
Oh, spicy nuggets are back. I might have to stop on the way home. And I gotta win no matter what, like 4th down here.